Hello people, just an update. This is the first day, the first official day of sobriety, and already it's hurting. I'm also going to attach to this a little video about that I made yesterday, just after I did my day zero, just to show that the pain was starting and that it was hurting, and just to give you an idea about what you can expect to go through if you're stopping drinking. I don't feel too bad at the moment, but it keeps going up and down, up and down. I mean, half hour's time, an hour's time. What I really need to start doing is showing you some videos at about 6 o'clock, because that's when it's like, and I'm like, so, you know, because it's all psychological, of course. If I didn't, yeah. Well, at the moment, though, I would say it was physical. I would say it was physical at the moment, because these pains for the first few days last only a few days, and then they stop. So, and then I start drinking again, and then they start again. So it's physical at the moment. The way I thought about how it would be is in 4 stages. First stage only is when the alcohol's actually still in your system after you've woken up. Let's say 24 hours. Second stage, I imagine, is when your hangover's gone, so the immediate effect of your drinking. So even if the alcohol's gone out of your system, you're still rough in the head. That can last 1, 2, 3 days. As I'm getting older, it's more and more 3 days. Fortunately, that's gone now off, and I'm in stage 3, which is physically hurting because my body's asking me for alcohol. That can last about 10 days, and it's actually been proven that it does last 10 days, the immediate physical craving. And then, of course, for the next rest of your life is the mental craving, the psychological dependence, which you've got to try and get over and adjust to. So yes, day 1, I'm to be honest, I'm very well motivated now at the moment. The thought that a sober life, getting my life back together. I've got so many things to get together, and I'm actually relishing the chance to do that. So that sort of fills me up with, if ever I think about that, I sort of filled up with a kind of, happiness about that. So that's good. Because the situation of my drinking for the past 23 years, you can imagine it's a mess. My work's non-existent. I haven't really worked for 3 years now. I've tried to hold down, I think, 5 jobs. None of them lasted longer than a couple of weeks. So all this I've got to do, big challenge, but it's got to be done, and I'm going to do it. So, yesterday I was a bit narky, a bit agitated, irritated. I kept snapping at my girlfriend. It's not her fault, and I didn't snap too much. It's just, sometimes I'll be talking and I was hot and bothered, and that's how I was like, just like, well, I don't know, or something. I don't know, like that. Fucking, I'm not proud of it, and it's something I'm going to stop. And I didn't even expect to do it last night. It was only a couple of just snappy, It's not her fault. I feel bad about that, so I'm going to change that. But I feel a lot better today anyway, because, like I say, I don't even feel rough with the hangover, So my head's a lot clearer for that. So, because obviously she's had to put up with a lot of shit from me, and to be better for me is to be better for her as a whole, as a family, really. So anyway, snappy yesterday, couldn't really sleep. I imagine, get like quite a few days of not being able to sleep, get my pattern back round. But I'm feeling tons better. I'm getting the occasional pain, but I'm spurred on with the fact that another thing with the fact that I want to stop drinking and I want my life to start getting on track. I'm happy that that's going to happen. Another thing as well that spurs me on though is the fact that I'm not going to wake up anymore with a hangover. That's the thing. I'm not going to wake up anymore with a hangover. With the old waking up in the morning, feeling sick, being rough all fucking day, not being able to sleep the day after, some monster fucking hangovers. So I'm not going to have that anymore, which is, I really will appreciate just opening my eyes in the morning and just thinking that my head's clear, you know. So yeah, at the moment it's going well, and you know, if anybody ever, well, like me, many a times I've faltered on the first day. So, see, this is the trouble with me. I don't know if it's going to be just like that, where if I'm just going to end up having a drink. So I've got to be strong with that. I don't know if it's going to come or whatever, and I'm just got to knock it on the head, which I will. Because if it doesn't happen today, it's going to happen a few times along the line, you know. So yes, stay strong. Stay well. I'll leave you with the video that I did make just as an extra thing yesterday when I really started hurting, just to let you know how I was feeling about that. So yeah, first day, long way to go. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but hope you're all okay, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi. So this is my first update, which I'm going to stick on tomorrow because I think it's important for people to see the pain that your body starts going through immediately after you stop drinking. It's it's about 2.5 hours after I did yesterday's video diary, and my whole body is just, if I can describe like that, just pulling and releasing. My breathing's kind of constricted because my stomach's just, muscles are just like that, just, you know. Yeah, it's strange to explain, but it's like, it's obviously a physical withdrawal, because whenever I don't go without a drink for about a week, which is quite often, for the past 3 years, it's always accompanied by 2 or 3 days, at least, at the immediate time I've stopped drinking, at this sort of, usually at 6 o'clock in the evening, but when I first stop drinking and whatever, it can happen at any time, and it'll come and go, just like, but it's a horrible feeling. I'm sure other people have experienced it. I'm sure, you know, other people have gone through that. It's not too serious because I was never drinking every day. That it's an immediate stop of alcohol is really anything to worry about. They won't put me in DTs or anything, but you can see how that can happen with people, because this is obviously the beginning of that sort of stage. If I was to drink more, it'd be this blow, you know, because it does mess your mind up, and it does just basically mess you up physically, and it's horrible. You can't concentrate, and you can't think straight, you can't move. I mean, you've noticed that I was in my dressing gown, and it's took me ages to get my clothes on, because you just it's just targeted the pain, and it's a strange sort of pain. It's like a throbbing, it's like a contracting pain. It's not very pleasant at all. So that'll go in a few days, and then of course what you do have is the occasional one, because where I say this is physical, you psychologically can set it off, I find. Like I said, usually about 6 o'clock for me personally, because I usually started drinking at that time, and then it sort of kicks off for a couple of hours occasionally after the immediate physical withdrawals have gone, and you psychologically sort of set off the pain. And it usually goes at 8 o'clock at night if it starts at 6 again. It's almost like your brain subconsciously telling you, well, that's the latest time you're going to get your drink. So that's something I'm going to have to find. As well as explaining the hurting, the reason why I'm also doing this video right now is because I find that for those people who are trying to stop drinking and might be experiencing, even if it's not exactly the same sort of physical pain, but some kind of pain immediately after you stop drinking for the first few days, don't try and do anything else yet. I mean, in my long-term goals, I want to lose some weight. I mean, you can see my chin there, my drinker's chin. Hopefully that'll go, because I used to be 102 kilograms. Now I'm 94 kilograms, and I want to get down to like 79 kilograms, because that's about. Don't bother doing too much at once at all. Like at the moment, anything to cessate the pain in my body. If I want a chocolate bar, I'm gonna have a chocolate bar. You know, if I want to pig out and eat some chips or whatever from the fast food place, I'm gonna have it. Because don't try and make it difficult for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're concentrating on the biggest thing in your life, the biggest part of your life that's taken over every aspect of what you are. You're taking it out of your life. So you're doing a big step. Like the day that you stop drinking, you've made that change. You've already done enough to reward yourself with not having to bother about a diet or anything. If you're not planning on going on a diet as well, you don't need to, or you just don't want to, it doesn't matter. I find personally sugary things help the craving a little bit, and I think this has been proven as well. You know, sugary drinks, something sweets to suck on, like I say, chocolate, cakes, anything that you like. It doesn't matter that it's crap. It's only going to be a fraction of the crap that you've been putting in your body. Do you know what I mean? So anything that can just alleviate and just build, because it's quite hard to find some happiness immediately after you stop drinking, because you've been living a life, even if you don't realise it, of quite a lot of unhappiness. And obviously you're taking the drink away as well, and it just feels like a double whammy. So, you know, you just use anything, have anything that you want to. Don't try and put too much pressure on yourself straight away. With the physical cravings will go, they always do. The hard part for me was like the psychological, not picking up the drink again. That's going to be the most difficult for me after the few days of this pain going, as horrible as it is. But yeah, the physical cravings at the moment, I'm probably going to eat some crap tonight. I've just had a bloody chocolate bar. Sod it, you know what I mean? I'm taking drinking out of my life. That's definitely one step at a time. That's the main thing. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't try and do too much stuff at the same time. So concentrate in the zone of stopping drinking at first. Give yourself a treat if it helps, if it alleviates the pain a little bit. Certainly can't hurt, I think. So just to give you that advice anyway, however it manifests itself, I'm sure if you've been a long-term drinker, it does hurt you. First few days, you might know this already, but from my experience, certainly my past 4 years of realising I need to try and tackle my alcoholism, no matter how many times I've messed up, if I do eat a bit of crap while the immediate pain and what have you is there, I do find it sort of makes it a bit easier. So, especially sugary stuff, but really whatever you fancy, whatever your vice is other than alcohol, just do it, you know. And don't make it too tough for yourself, because it's going to be tough enough as it is while you're going through the whole process of stopping. So just to let you know and just to give you an update, and I hope that helps. Okay, thank you.